நம்முடைய தமிழ் மொழி உலகிலேயே மிகவும் தொன்மையான மொழி. எந்த தேசத்திடம் இருக்கின்றதோ அந்த தேசத்திடம் பெருமிதம் பொங்க வேண்டுமா கூடாதா சொல்லுங்க.
செம்மொழி வலையொலி யூடியூப் சேனல். இந்த சேனலின் மூலமாக, அந்த வலையொலியின் மூலமாக பல்வேறு தகவல்களை தினந்தோறும் நாங்கள் வழங்கி கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த நிலையில் சிலப்பதிகாரம் என்ற தலைப்பில் ஒவ்வொரு பகுதியாக வழங்கக்கூடிய அந்த தொகுப்பை முழுமையாக கண்டு பார்க்கலாம்.
The title of this paper is Manimegalai, an epic with a difference. Buddhism entered Tamil Nadu in the 3rd century BC, flourished in the 6th century CE, declined in the 8th, but lingered on till the end of the 16th. It might have been introduced first into the Tamil kingdom by Ashoka's missionaries on their way to Ceylon. Hian Sang, the Chinese traveller who was in India from 629 to 646, mentions that he saw an Ashokan pillar of about 100 feet high in the city of Kanchi. Talaing chronicles the source book of Burmese Buddhism, reveals that Ashoka built a vihara near Kanchi in which Acharya Dharmapala stayed and wrote 14 commentaries on Pali texts. The great Buddhist dialecticians Asanga, Vasubandhu, Shankaraswamin, Dinnaga, Paramartha and Dharmakirti had contacts with Kanchi, one of the earliest centers of Buddhist learning. Many Brahmi epigraphs unearthed from different parts of Tamil Nadu disclose that cave beds were established for the use of Buddhist monks even in the pre-Christian era. Buddhism has naturally had an almost incalculable effect on the art, thought, literature and way of life of the Tamils. Ayyanar, who is also known as Hariharaputra and Shasta, one of the popular male deities in the rural areas of Tamil Nadu, is supposed to have been originally a Buddhist god. Shasta, Muni, Munindra, Vinayaka and Dharmaraja are some of the names of the Buddha mentioned in the lexicon Amarakosha. The Annapurani shrine found within the Kamakshi temple at Kanchi first housed Manimegalai, and that Kamakshi is considered to be the Buddhist goddess Tara. According to historians, the rural administration in Tamil Nadu under the later Pallavas and the Cholas must have received a fillip from Buddhism, since in the pattern of the local government with its characteristic committee system based on the Sangha administration, the influence of Buddhism may be traced. The importance of the wide range of Buddhist art in any study of the philosophy and art of Asia cannot be overemphasized. Many icons of the Buddha have been excavated from Kanchi. The impact of Buddhist architecture is to be seen in the various styles now found in South India. The apsidal ended temple, the pyramidal storied temple, the wagon-headed roof and the circular shrine chamber found in some temples on the west coast are so obviously Buddhist in origin. The external designs of the temples of Mahabalipuram, popularly known as the 7 pagodas, bears ample testimony to the Buddhist influence. The contribution of Buddhism to Tamil literature is more valuable than the other benefits it might have conferred on the Tamil society. Though unfortunately, many great Buddhist works in Tamil have been irrecoverably lost. Even the incomparable Sangam anthologies include a few poems by Buddhist poets like Ilam Podiyar, Sankara Varunan, Theradharan and Siruvan Therayar. There are scholars who aver that Valluvar, the author of Tirukkural, the crown jewel of Tamil classics, must have been a Buddhist. Though this has not been proved beyond a shadow of doubt, the unmistakable influence of Buddhist thought on Valluvar is discernible in his work. 2 of the 5 great epics in Tamil, Kundalakesi and Manimegalai, are authored by men with pronounced Buddhist leanings, while the rest are attributed to Jains. Kundalakesi by Nadagupta, assigned to the 10th century, is the story of a rich lady who, after having been deceived by her robber husband, kills him, joins the order of the Nirgranthas, defeats many religious teachers in debates, and finally becomes a Buddhist nun after having been convinced of the greatness of Buddhism. But the chief aim of the book is to glorify Buddhism and to denounce other religions, especially Jainism. For the story, the epic is indebted to the Pali works such as the commentary on the Dhammapada by Buddhaghosa, the commentary called Manorathapuram and Jatakas, and the Therigatha commentary. Unfortunately, only a few stanzas of the book are available now. Nilakesi, another minor kavya in Tamil, written in imitation of Kundalakesi but to defend Jainism, contains a number of quotations from its rival. According to a commentary on Nilakesi, the Sautrantika school seems to be the one that was prevalent at that time in Tamil Nadu. Bimbisara Kadai, the story of Bimbisara, deals with the life of Bimbisara of Magadha, a contemporary of Buddha. Only 4 lines of this epic in blank verse describing the manner of Buddha's birth survive. Siddhanta Tohai, an anthology of doctrines, and Tirupadikam are 2 lost works known to us only in fragments from citations in the commentaries on Nilakesi and on Sivajnana Sityar. Veerasoryam, a grammatical work of the 11th century written by Buddhamitra in honor of Veera Rajendra, cites as illustrative examples passages from great Buddhist works. These citations witness to the vast variety of Buddhist works that might have been written in Tamil. The violent attacks on Jainism in these works reveal to us that in addition to the Bhakti movement, the political power enjoyed by the Jains might have also been responsible for the suppression and destruction of Buddhist literature. That Manimegalai has survived such dangerous times is a reflection on its greatness. The title of the book, which may be translated as the Jewel Belt, is the name of the heroine and of one of the great Buddhist goddesses mentioned in the Jatakas, who also appears in the poem. The epic consists of 4,861 Ahaval lines, a kind of blank verse, in 30 cantos. The story goes that its author Satan and Elango, the author of Silappadigaram, were contemporaries, and that it was at the request of Satan that the other, that is Elango, wrote his immortal epic. Once the consensus of opinion was in favor of assigning both the works to the 2nd century CE, but now a linguistic analysis of the two works has revealed that both are post-Sangam works and that Manimegalai was written at least 2 or 3 centuries after the Sangam classics. Several phrases and images from those works are used by Satan in Manimegalai. There are echoes of at least 10 passages from Purananuru, 2 from Perumbanatrupadai, 1 from Tirumurugatrupadai, and 1 from Nedunalvadai, and 2 from Agananuru. The story of Manimegalai is supposed to be a continuation of what has already been superbly treated by Elango in his Silappadigaram. Towards the end of the earlier epic, Kannagi takes revenge upon the Pandya king for having killed her husband unjustly by burning up the city of Madurai. Realizing his folly, the king dies of shock. Kannagi is taken to heaven by some divine beings in a celestial car. Madhavi, the danseuse, joins the Buddhist order along with her daughter Manimegalai. The later epic takes up the story from here, beginning with the renunciation of the heroine at a very early age. The public that has admired the mother and the daughter as beautiful dancers does not relish their joining the nunnery and wants the younger one to follow the hereditary profession of a courtesan. But the strong-willed maiden, that is Manimegalai, is firm even though she finds herself drawn to the Chola prince Udayakumaran, who is in love with her. Later she learns that the real reason for this magnetic charm is that she had been his wife in a series of former births. But her own indomitable will and the encouragement of her mother and the help rendered by Buddhist angels enables her to free herself from human ties. The prince relentlessly pursues her, but she is magically removed by the goddess Manimekala to the island of Manipallavam, where she sees the miraculous Buddha seat and learns all about her past life. She secures a magic bowl which is ever full of food and returns to her place Kaveri Pumbattinam and dedicates herself to social service. To keep the prince away from her, she takes the form of another woman whose husband, a Vidyadhara, mistaking the prince to be a seducer of his wife, kills him. The king orders her arrest and the queen ill-treats her in prison. When all her machinations prove futile, the queen realizes the greatness of Manimegalai and sets her free. The young nun then goes to Savagam, now identified with Sumatra, and makes friends with its ruler, who happens to be the first possessor of the magic bowl in her previous birth, in his previous birth. At Vanchi, she gets herself grounded in various schools of philosophy by having discussions with learned men of different faiths. Finally, she goes to Kanchi, meets Aravana Adigal, the embodiment of Buddhist scholarship, and sitting at his feet learns Buddhist ethics, logic and philosophy. After attaining wisdom, she settles there permanently to do penance to attain nirvana.